day. So, I had a wonderful time in Tanga, as always. But I decided that I'm gonna come out early this morning, and I want to show you guys some of the historical buildings in Tanga. 'Cause Tanga is an old town, has a lot of history. This building here, this is the school, right? This is a school in Tanga, one of the first schools. But this is not the old building. This is the newer part of the school. But over here, that's the school over here. That's the original school. So that's what I'm doing today. I just want to show you some of the historical buildings here in Tanga. So this is the old school here in Tanga. That's the original school. Right. This entire place, all the way up over there, that's the original school. So Tanga has a lot of history and a lot of old architecture. Tanga is an, like I keep saying, right? Tanga is an old town. And Tanga was originally, I think, in the for 200 years, from 1500 to 1700, like Tanga was controlled by the Portuguese, and then the Sultan of Oman, I think in 17 something, was in charge of like Tanga. Like Tanga was a place where a lot of slaves were. Tanga is a port city, and that also means like a lot of slaves were taken from Tanzania and taken to the Middle East from Tanga port city. Yes, I'm trying to remember what I learned. The little I learned about Tanga, yeah. So it was taken from Tanga uh, via Tanga port, and there's a lot of people here that had like have that Middle Eastern DNA vis-a-vis. There is a Middle Eastern settlement here in Tanga. This is a park. I like coming here. We can access the Tanga Library from here. So we're gonna go through. I don't know if you guys know, but Swahili time is different than English time, yes? Right? I'm still not familiarized myself with it yet. But Swahili time, I believe, on English time. So if you tell someone here, meet me at like 9 o'clock. Hey, my friend, it happens to me when I first came. When my first couple guys who started working for me, I said, well, come to work at 9 o'clock. And I said, yeah, 9 a.m., right? Hey, guys, 9 a.m. If you tell somebody to meet you at 9 in Swahili time, hey, man, you're making a big mistake, yeah? Unless that person knows English, right? Unless that person know English and they know what you're talking about. But when you say 9 a.m., that's like, or like 9 o'clock, that's you're talking about PM time. So you have to know how to read the Swahili time chart. And being honest with you, I'm not good at reading the Swahili time chart as yet. So I don't know if you can see it, well, you can't. Tanga City Council. So I'm not going to go to the Tanga Library. So I'm just taking you guys around to show you some of the historic old buildings in Tanga. Guys, this is the building I really wanted to show you, yeah? And like Tanga had a vibrant railway station. The old railway station in Tanga. Look at that building, man. You love architecture, and I love architecture. You guys hear me talk about it before. I love architecture. Look at this building. Look at this massive, amazing structure. Look at the architecture of that building. The Tanga Railway Museum. Right? Look at that, man. So this is one of the old famous historic buildings in Tanga. Over here. So that's what I'm showing you this morning. I'm just walking around early in the morning. It's cold. It's showing you these old structures. This building is also part of the railway. So this is part of the railway. See the old railway. You know, Tanzania just had the first in from like Dar es Salaam. You can get the train, electric train from Dar es Salaam. But Tanga, just imagine if this railway station were maintained. This would be a major to move people, but you know, it wasn't. So this is the old railway. See the railway tracks. Okay. So this part of town I'm showing you guys. This is where all the Indian merchants are. Right? This all the Indian merchants are. This old part of town. In the daytime, this place is lively. Right? There's a lot of Indians in Tanga. When the Indians came over, they settled and started doing business. So they did commerce downstairs and live upstairs. So these are all a lot of Indians live in this old part of Tanzania. Tanga, sorry. Yeah, well, of course. So there's a lot of Indian merchants here during the daytime. But I came out early because I wanted to not have any disturbance. So these are all the old historic buildings. Well, old buildings. I didn't want to have any disturbance, you know. So I wanted to give you guys a view. So yeah, showing you guys. Let me just go. So you see a lot of Indians in this part of town. Right there. So this building over here is another architectural. Look at this. This building, but it's an Arab guy that lives in there, right? So an Arab guy lives in here. He does business here. He's a big, like merchant here in Tanga. They they live upstairs and they do business downstairs. Look at that building. I love architecture. I love old designs. Look at this, beautiful. Sometimes, we walk certain places and we look at buildings, but we don't know the history of the buildings, or we just look. So look at it. But the only thing is, these buildings are owned by Indians. The old buildings, man. I love it so much. Look at, they built the entire fence with bumpers. The entire length and breadth of the fence was built with bumpers. This is the African Jumbie. Today, we are just straying along Tanga in the morning. Just wanted to show you guys some of the, you can't see properly. This is the mosque. I'm not going to make a video of the mosque. No, no. See over there, it's another old building over there. Music. Guys, it's a shame to see all these old buildings are crumbling, yes? As in any major city, a lot of old historic buildings are crumbling. And it's a shame, because when building crumbles like that, you lose the history. Right. It breaks my heart as someone who loves architecture, old architecture. It breaks my heart, It is what it is. So, I'm out on the main street. We're gonna go left. There's a bakery over here. See all these old buildings. I'm just straying this morning in the old part of Tanga. Old section Tanga. There's a nice park over there, if I remember correctly. I love this town. Man, hey, I know you guys probably tired of hearing me say how much I love Tanga, but I love this. I've been to so many places in Tanzania, but Tanga is the place that, man, makes me feel at home. The people here are friendly, and you don't get much people here telling you, don't make videos of me. People mind their business. I mean, I still try to be respectful, right? Because I don't like to make videos of people without their permission. But you don't get all the stuff here in Tanga. I could pack up everything and move to Tanga tomorrow. Seriously. Without even thinking about it, right? But my friend was telling me, my Tanzanian brother, if we want to do business, we have to be in Dar es Salaam, because Dar es Salaam is a place. So yeah, it's true. It's true. But man, I don't like Dar es Salaam. Honestly. I don't like anything about Dar es Salaam. Well, the only thing I like about Dar es Salaam is that I can make money there. I can make money here in Tanga also. But Dar es Salaam is a place to do business. That's the truth. But I don't like Dar es Salaam. But when I come to Tanga, man, hey, that's why I come to Tanga often. So this is a park here. Yeah. But So we're straying in Tanga. We're going out the street there. There's a whole building there I want to show you guys. A couple old buildings. And then we're going to go over by the port. And I'm going to relax before I go and have my morning coffee. See all the old buildings in Tanga. I love them. Um, I think we're going to go up here. Yeah. That's cool. Goodness. I don't know the name of this street, but like streets here too have numbers, not necessarily a name, but numbers. If you look at some of the buildings, right, you can see that it has a kind of a, uh, for example, this building over here was built in 1948, right? And it does have an Indian kind of architecture to it. I don't know, if you know anything about architecture, you can look at the building and tell that these buildings, they have, kind of a Hindu architecture. You see them? Look at this. Go on the other side. You see the architecture, guys? It does have a Hindu architecture too. I try to keep my videos, short, but man, there are so many gems that I just cannot not show you guys. So yeah. Another one here. It's like there's one over here, there's one over here, there's one over there, there's one over there. So man, I have to show you people. I am leaving out so many gems, man. Fair. Don't worry. I'll be back in Tanga very soon because I just can't stay away. Look at this. You see, right? Just look at the building properly and you look at Hindu architecture and you can tell that man, see all of these buildings over here, all these old buildings. See the my one of my supervisors in Toronto, she was born here in Tanga. She's Indian and she was born in Tanga right here, and they left Tanga when she was 9 years old for Canada, and she's never been back. The family has never been back. No, I think she told me her parents came back one time, but she never did. And I don't think she have any interest in coming back to visit. But hey, so why I say that? I say that just to let you know that look at that. The the Indian influence in Tanga is visible. You can see it through the architecture, and that's why you have to preserve old buildings, because old buildings tell a story, right? Because someone don't know, you can look at a building over there, but if you have an idea of architecture and you see the Indian influence, the Hindu influence, then you will ask why, and then the building will like start to speak to you and tell you about the history and who built it, why it was built, and then the the history of the Indians in this city, or the history of whatever in that city. That's how building speaks to you. This is the bank and the big bank over here. The clock, 1901. So over here is the Tanga port. But I don't know if you can make a video there because this is a government. This is the Tanga port. So up here, check it out. Look at this old building. Man, I love it. It's derelict, but I still love it. See that? Who wouldn't like it? We talk about Tanga being a port city, right? This is the Tanga port over there. I hope I don't get stopped. I just want to show you guys quickly. This is the Tanga port over there, right? So this is, I think, the third largest port in like Tanzania or East Africa. I believe when I did my research, yeah, I think it's the third busiest port, not largest, maybe the third busiest port in East Africa, I believe. So look at this. I hope this is not a mosque because I'm looking at the arches and it has a kind of Islamic vibe to it. I don't want to make videos of religious buildings. This is the Tanga Museum. But honestly, I was told by my friend, you're not allowed to make videos. I think he said you can make a video on the outside. I think this is a museum. I'm not sure. But look at this, guys. Let me see. I'm coming up here. Yes, this is the museum. But I will have to come here during the day, when it opens, for my own personal education. But I was told you cannot make videos on the inside. But I just want to look at it. You know, all the time I come to Tanga, I've never been to the museum. I've been to the library many times, but not the museum. And the museum is not that far from the library. So this is the Tanga Museum, guys. I don't want to get issues, but because the government buildings here, they have this restriction. No, you cannot make videos. Look at the architecture. Look at this, man. Damn it. Look at the building. You love old buildings. You love architecture. Man, this thing makes you feel. This is the Tanga Museum. So when you come to Tanga, and when you look, you can go to the Tanga Library, which is just up down the street from the museum. So make sure if you go to the library, you just walk up the street and you come to the museum. Or if you come to the museum, you walk down the street and you go to the library. But this is Marhaba, Kapoa. This is the Tanga Museum. But Tanga is beautiful. Tanga is lovely. Tanga, I love you. Tanga, my city in Tanzania. Yes, I'm saying it though. I love you, Tanga. It's the only place on earth that makes me feel like home. And I make no apologies for that, because it's true. This is the African Jumbie strain in Tanga. And I'll be leaving Tanga tomorrow. So this is the last of my Tanga experience for now.